Hello, friends. Today we are meeting after a very long period, and today we are going to discuss what is delimitation because this is in news right now, and we will know why is it in news, and we will discuss the what is written in Constitution about delimitation, what are the historical factors about it, and some important constitutional amendment acts. For example, the 42nd CEA. It is a very bulky amendment act, and we will study those provisions which affected the delimitation part. Then the 84th CAA 2001, then 87th CAA 2003. Then we will know why is it in news, because if you are somewhat aware of what is going on in the parliament, you may know that why we are going to talk about it. Then what is its link with Nari, Shakti, Vandan, Adhiniyam? The current government, BJP government, is trying to give 33% reservation to women with this bill. So, and why opposition is objecting this is an important question, because if you are somewhat aware about the proceedings of parliament in 2023, the opposition has already supported BJP that to pass this bill. But why they are creating a problem now? Why they are making an obstacle now? We will understand in this video. Then why the opposition is objecting? It's one of the major argument is gerrymandering, and most of you will be hearing this term for the first time, and we will know what is it and from where it's like how is this name derived, gerrymandering, what are its types, and is it even possible in India that the opposition is trying to say that BJP will do gerrymandering in the Indian constituencies? Is it possible? In a short answer, I will say yes. And then concerns of the southern states, that is a very important thing, and these concerns are the reason because of which these three amendment acts were passed, and still today we are just at 543 seats, and there is no delimitation since past around 50 years because of these concerns of the southern states and their counter argument. These counter arguments are given by the northern populous states. For example, we have UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh. So people here give counter arguments. So firstly, we will have to understand what are their concerns, and then the counter arguments. So this video may be not very long, but this video may be long. I don't know how much. So if you feel somewhat bored in between, then go wash your face, drink water, and then again come back. But I'm assuring you that after this video you will be very clear in these things. You will not have to like go here and there and just find out uh, you know so let's start. So firstly, we have to know what is delimitation. So look, uh, this is our India. Okay. I'm sorry if I'm not able to make the correct map. This is our India. Today we have 543 constituencies, but these were not 543 from in 1947 or in 1952 when the first elections were held. Delimitation means that it is the process of redrawing the boundaries of the constituencies, both of the Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies. And why do we need to redraw the boundaries? Look, let's say this is a state with a population of 10 crores, and there are, let's say, uh, 12 seats here, and let's say population is 12 crores. So on one seat, like one member of parliament is representing 1 crore people. Okay, and let's say this was the situation in 1947. This is nowhere close to what was the situation at that time. This is just an example, so don't take it factually. So okay, this is one thing. And since 1947, as our population has been increased, so in 2026, let's say in this state the population has been increased from 12 crores to let's say 36 crores. Okay. And now, and the constituencies are still 12. So now one MP is representing 3 crore people. And is it possible for MP to do this, to like to solve the grievances of 3 crore people? By the way, this 3 crore is an imaginary number. Today, in the actual data, one MP is representing almost 26 lakhs people. This is in itself a huge number. And at the time of independence, one MP was representing around 10 lakh people. So today we are at 26 lakhs. So this is the problem, that one MP cannot solve the problem of 26 lakh people in just 5 years. He even cannot listen to the grievances of the people living in his constituency. And one more thing, this is one state. How do we know that like 12 crore to 36 crore, that this is in just one state? Maybe it is possible that in a state the population growth is not very high. Then and let's say we do delimitation on the basis of population, then this state on which there is a 3 times population growth, like from 12 crore to 36 crore, and in this state, let's say earlier population was 1 crore and today it is at 1.5 crore. It is at just 1.5x of the earlier population. And if we do delimitation on the basis of population now, then this state will have more representation in the Lok Sabha rather than this state. And this is the actual concern of the southern states. If you see today, like in 1947, our country got independence, and at that time government suggested measures to control the population. Now what happened? The southern states controlled their population, whereas northern states like UP, Bihar, as we all know, like they didn't stop, and the population was rising very fast. And today the population of these states has been risen very much as compared to the southern states. And if we today do delimitation, then UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, these states will get a wider representation in the Lok Sabha rather than the southern states like Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka. Okay. And what's the counter argument then? The counter argument is that हमने थोड़ी कहा था कि करो, कि पॉपुलेशन कम करो, delimitation होगा population के basis पर होगा. That delimitation will happen on the basis of population. So UP, Bihar will get higher seats. This is the counter argument, and this counter argument does not provide any satisfactory answer to the southern states. And the government of India has also, addressed this. They have accepted that the southern states concern is right, and therefore the BJP is proposing that we will not do the delimitation on the basis of population. Then how the delimitation will be done? The delimitation will be done on an scalar basis, like 50% increase to each state. For example, Uttar Pradesh has 80 Lok Sabha seats. Now if the bill get passed, UP will have 120 seats, a 50% increase. Let's say Tamil Nadu has 44 seats. If I don't know how many seats Tamil Nadu has. So then 50% increase, any 44, 50%, it is 22. 44 plus 22 becomes 66 seats. So in this manner, no state will be harmed by the delimitation. And this is actually a very good, very good method. But what happened in the budget session, which was continuing from Feb to May? What happened in this? the Home Minister, Amit Shah ji, wanted to pass this bill, and this statement that there will be a 50% scalar increase. This statement, he said that we will increase the seats by 50% for each state. However, this thing was nowhere written in that bill, and this became, a very big point of concern for those in opposition. That why this thing is not written. The Home Minister also said that give me 1 hour and I will make one more bill in which this will be written, but till then it was too late and the things didn't work at that time. So this happened, and so till now what we have discussed, we have discussed the concerns of the southern states, that is about population. We have discussed the counter argument. We have discussed what is delimitation. Now we have to discuss the constitutional factors, historical factors, and what are these constitutional amendment acts. Okay, by the way, why in news, okay, I will discuss it later after the constitutional amendment act. Okay, so yeah, so there are some important articles in the constitution about delimitation. For example, there is article 82, which gives the power to the parliament that it should enact a delimitation act after every census. So delimitation, like we know that census happens in every, like, uh, 51, then 61, 71, in every these years, and it was last held in 2011, and in 2021 there was COVID, so it didn't happen, and the census is going on right now, 2026. So the article 82 gives the power to parliament to enact a delimitation act after every census. Okay, and based on this act, a delimitation commission is formed. Okay, then there is article 170. However, this article is not of very much use for our today's discussion. It is an important article, but it deals with the delimitation inside the states, and this is not a very big problem today. Okay, and yeah, there is one more article, article 329A, which says that delimitation orders cannot be challenged in courts, which is a very big exception, because in India the courts have the power of judicial review, but Supreme Court or High Court cannot review the decision made by the delimitation commission. Once it has been finalized, it has been finalized, nothing can be done. And then there is article 330 and 332. This is going to be like for the reservation of SCs and STs. Okay, 330 for SCs and 332 for STs. These are some important articles which you, I would say, if you are a political science student, you need to remember them. If you are like watching this video for a general purpose, then you don't need to remember this. Just get a grasp of things, that what are these things and how the constitution in India works. Okay, by the way, why delimitation? We have understood what is delimitation, but why delimitation? Firstly, like that thing, that one person, one vote value. For example, 1 crore people are electing one MP, and in some other state there are 50 lakh people electing one MP. Then these people have a higher vote value than these ones. Do you understand what I am trying to say? These persons have, all of these people have one vote, but these have a much higher value, a double value than these people, because they are just 50 lakh and electing one MP. They are 1 crore and electing one MP. So delimitation is required to ensure that principle of one person, one vote, and one value. Okay, so, and it is very important because through delimitation we reflect the demographic changes. Yeah, I hope you know what is demographic changes. It's a very basic thing. Then these are some important things. So now what we have discussed? We have discussed the constitutional factors. Now going to the history of delimitation. It is an important thing. Look, as I said, delimitation happens after every census. Like it happened after the census of 1951, 1961, 1971. But there is a but after that. So census happened in 1951, delimitation in 1952. It was the first delimitation. Census happened in 1961, delimitation in 1962. Okay, then in 1971, 1972. But then in 1976, the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi ji passed the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976, which freezed the Lok Sabha seats as per the 1971 census. Why? Why she freezed those seats? The answer is because of the southern states. Now I hope you understand why I discussed this earlier. Because the southern states requested her that if the delimitation will happen on the basis of population like it happened 3 times earlier, then these states will be in a very big loss in terms of the representation in Lok Sabha. And therefore Indira Gandhi ji passed this 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act and freeze those seats for, and this was not permanent. She freezed those for 25 years. And 1976 plus 25, I hope you have this level of good mathematics. It becomes 2001. And in 2001, the then Prime Minister Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji he passed this 84th Constitutional Amendment Act of 2001. And what did the then Prime Minister Atalji said in this act? Atalji said that, like in this bill, where is my pen? Okay, so in this bill, it was stated that the delimitation will be, postponed for 25 more years, and from 2001 plus 25 more years it becomes 2026. And my dear friends, right now we are in 2026, and that's why this problem of delimitation has been risen. And there is one more constitutional amendment act that I was talking about, the 87th CAA. So this CAA allowed delimitation. Now you will say, right, just now I have said that the delimitation was postponed for 25 years. So delimitation was allowed, but the number of seats will not change. Allowed delimitation on the basis of 2001 census, but the number of seats will be same. So what do I mean by this? For example, this is our holy nation, and yeah, so if there is any problem, so kindly pardon me. So for example, this is our state, Uttar Pradesh. Okay, for example, these are some seats in UP. Let's assume that. Okay, these are some seats, and now with this act the number of seats will remain same. For example, there were 80 seats, the seats will remain 80, but let's say the size of seats, or let's say some area will be, from this seat will be given to this one, and from this seat will be given to this one, and the map will be redrawn within the state. And why this was done? The question is this: because within the state, there were some regions in which there was a higher level of population growth, and in some regions there were a lower level of population growth. Okay, so to make the population within the state in each constituency equal, that's why this 87 CAA 2003. Now the question is, why is this delimitation becoming a big issue now? Why a big issue? By the way, it is really a big issue. This is not something like any ordinary act or something BJP wants to do. It is really a big issue. So as I just said you that the expiry period, the constitutional freeze expire in 2026, and the census is also going on. So the remember that the next time delimitation is going to happen, it is going to happen before 2029. That is, I think I'm very sure about that. So that will happen on the basis of this census. Okay, but there is one more thing. It should have happened on the basis of this census, but if the government waits for this census and its results, then as per the government sources, they will not be able to cover this before the 29 elections, and therefore there are chances that it will happen on the basis of 2011 census again. Okay, this is the thing that I wanted to say to you. After this delimitation, because this delimitation is not going to be like the previous ones, in this the seats are going to increase by 50% each state, and the seats are going to be increased to 8. Look, the capacity Lok Sabha has, it is 888 seats, and the government is saying that they will increase it to around 850 seats. Okay, this is their plan. And by the way, if we just increase the 545 seats to 50%, it goes around 814 or something. So this is a similar kind of number, and we will know what is the actual number in some time. Okay, so now we come to gerrymandering, the very important thing. Firstly, we have to know from where this word has been derived. So Jerry, there was a politician in United States of America, and his name was Elbridge Gerry. Elbridge Gerry. Okay, he was the vice president of the United States. Okay, and this mander, this comes from an amphibian, and its name is salamander. This is a kind of chipkali kind of thing. If I can just show you in my laptop, this is a gerrymander. Okay, so this is a kind of chipkali and yeah. So what Elbridge Gerry did was, in a constituency, he just redrawn a map of a constituency in such a way that it looked like a gerrymander. It looked like the salamander. And why he did it? Because for some political gains. Let me show you something. For example, this is a state and there are a number of seats in it. Okay, and let's say there are two communities, X, Y, X, Y, X, Y, X, X, Y, X, Y, Y, X, Y, X, 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 Y. Okay, so if you count that, there are 10 X's and 8 Y's, and let's say in one constituency there are 3 seats. Assume it like that. These are the seats of legislative assembly, like Vidhan Sabha, and 3 legislative assembly seats make one Lok Sabha constituency. Okay, for example, if I give you the example of Uttar Pradesh, there are 403 legislative assembly seats and there are 80 MPs. It means that one MP has an area of almost 5 legislative assembly seats. So assume it like that. Okay, and now because one constituency contains 3 seats, it means there are going to be 3 constituencies. Okay, and if we take this percentage wise, okay, if we take this percentage wise, y has 2 y has 4.44.4% and x has the remaining, that is 56%, and out of these 6 constituencies, therefore it is almost equal. So if the elections are very fair, then both the x and y communities will win 3 and 3 seats. But now the real game happens here. Look, before this, who will do the delimitation commission, and who are the persons who will be selected in this delimitation commission? That is majorly decided by the government. Okay, and the opposition is claiming that those persons will benefit BJP. How they will benefit BJP? Let's understand here. Let's say I have to draw a political map here. What I will do is I will merge the, look, dekho, if a fair elections were happen, then political map can be drawn in this way, and in this way, like in this seat x will win, in this seat y will win, in this seat x will win, in this seat y will win, in this seat y will win, in this seat x will win. So there is 3 and 3 as we discussed earlier. But now, as the delimitation commission, what it can do is, like, it can merge these y's. It has merged these y's, so it has become one seat. Okay, one seat is this, another seat is this x, and this y, these 3. Can you look at the shape? Like, how's the shape looking? This is one seat, this one, look, let me take my highlighter. Okay, so let's say this is one seat, this and this, so this y, and in this Lok Sabha constituency there are all y's, so who will win? This seat y will win. And now there is this seat, this x, this is an x, and this x and this y, this is one seat. Then the other seat is this, let's say we can say that this one, y and x, or yeah, so who will win this seat? Y x, this seat will be won by y. Then this x, then again this x. Oh wait, if it will be x, then this seat will be won by y, and this remaining will be won by this will be won by x and this will be won by y. So it will be 3-3 and it will be a fair election. But what the government can do is, like, government can merge this x, this y, and this x. So now x is in majority here, and again here x and y, x in again in majority here. And can you see that now how many seats y is winning? Y is winning this one seat and y is winning this one seat. It means y is winning 2 seats and x is winning 4 seats. Whereas, and it changes the whole game. And just imagine this, these are just 18 seats. Imagine this scale on the national level, where there are 543 seats and government has the power to draw the political map of India. So I hope now you understand what is gerrymandering, because if the government do it fairly, then what should happen, like uh, if X community has 20% people, then 20% people should win. 20, then these people have 20% representatives in the Lok Sabha. But this will not happen because of the drawing of the political map in a certain way that benefits the governing party. And this is the main concern of opposition, because of which they are not supporting the act, the Delimitation Act. Okay. One more thing that needs to happen. This delimitation bill requires the Bharatiya Janata Party to get 2/3 of the majority. That are 362 seats. And if you are politically aware, we all know that after 2024 elections, BJP has won 240 seats. And after their alliance, they are around at 293 seats. Then how they will do this? This is a big question. And people say that BJP can do anything. And we will know it, that whether BJP can do anything, everything or not. But this is a problem for them. And and the opposition raises one more question that is, that is logical, that we are not against the 50%, the 33% reservation to women. You can give that 33% reservation to women with these 543 seats. But look, there is one problem in that. There is a kind of male ego, or we will say some sense of security that they want. Because if from 543 seats, 33 seats will be given to women, 33%, and some women will win from the unreserved seats also. You know what I meant to say? Like today is no reservation for women in the Lok Sabha. Still they are around the 13-15% in Lok Sabha. Once this 33% comes here and these 13-15%, they will make half of the parliament. And where will these male member of parliaments go? Like, look, there are some big leaders like Narendra Modi, Amit Shah, Piyush Goyal, Rajnath Singh, Nitin Gadkari. They will win their seats easily. No question on that. But an ordinary member of parliament, how he will win if his seat comes under reserved category, or woman captures his seat? Therefore, any political party requires that okay, we are going to give you reservation of 33%, but let's make the number of seats to 850, and then we will give you. Because when they will be 850, these 543 members, they will be like, okay, our seat is safe, a woman is not going to take our seat. That is one problem that is associated with all parties, not like only BJP is in government right now, so only we have to blame it. Because these are political parties and they will do politics. We cannot like blame every time on them, that why they are doing politics. They are political parties. If they will not do politics, then who will? And as a good politician, it is their, it is their right to do things that benefit their political party, not at the cost of national interest, but from where they can benefit, they should take benefit. I'm not advocating for them, but what happens in practicality, I'm telling you that. So we have done constitutional factors, we have done historical factors, 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act, for 84th, 87th. Why in news I have told that? Because of this 2001 plus 25 more years have passed, so 2026. I have told you the link with Nari, Shakti, Vandan, Adhiniyam. Okay, and then why is opposition objecting? Because of gerrymandering. And now you know what is gerrymandering. Yeah, so gerrymandering is possible in India because it is possible because the Delimitation Commission, no matter how much we say that it is independent, it will somewhat work according to the government. Okay, And about types, yeah, we have left the types. So just in short, I will tell you how many types of gerrymandering can happen. So yeah, here is my pen. Gerrymandering types. So number one is packing. What is packing? Packing means that in a seat you pack the whole voters of opposition, like 99% voters are of the opposition. Look, in India we follow the first FTP, first FPTP system, first past the post. In this system you don't even need 50% of votes. You can win with even 10% votes. The only thing required is your all opponents should have scored less than 10%. If you have then scored 10%, you will be the member of parliament. And in such situation, if we just pack a whole constituency with 99% of the voters that will vote for, let's say, Y party, then Y would have won this with even 50% voters. Then these 49% votes are a kind of waste. Because of these 99%, they will be able to send just one member of parliament. If they were diluted in, let's say, a number of constituencies, they would have impacted the election result in some better way for their party. But now they are just packed in one seat, so they will have to elect just one member of parliament. The second is cracking. Cracking is exactly opposite of packing. Like there are, let's say, voters, and let's say 50% of X voters and some 20% of Y. Again there 30% of Y, 50% of X, like diluting the voter base of, let's say, some party. Because of that, in each seat the other party, let's say the governing party, will have a majority, so therefore they will win. And these voters, they will have no value of their vote because they are not like in a single unified constituency, therefore they cannot impact the election results. And these people are, because they are in united constituency, therefore they will be like the member of parliament will win whom these people vote. Second, the third is look, the major are these two. There is then hijacking. Hijacking is like it happens only to a opposition leader. Like this can happen to anyone. This is a part of, uh, these two. Like if there is an opposition leader, so you just redraw the map of that leader. Because of that, this leader will lose, and because of it the party morale will get lost, and it will be a huge loss for the opposition. Then there is kidnapping. This is the last one. Kidnapping means, let's say this was a constituency on which Mr. Y stood up. So what the government did was, let's say they drew a political map like this: a new constituency, this one, and another constituency, this one. Now half of this leader voters are in this constituency and half in this. Now it is a very big question for this opposition leader, that from which seat he should fight the elections. So now his voter base is diluted. So these are some 4 types of gerrymandering that can happen. And this is it in the video. There is no question left now that you can be confused in something. Yeah, I hope that is clear. If you have any doubt, you can comment me. I will make a short on it, because I don't think this topic requires more than 40 minutes. Yeah, so that was it. And if you learned something new, then just make a comment that you have learned something new and it was helpful. So it will give me somewhat motivation to make such more videos. I know this channel is for like majorly for class 12 CUT aspirants, and if you are not interested, then you may leave watching these kind of videos. Okay, so that's it for this one video, guys. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.